Hey everyone, we're back again, everyone, with Pop Culture Omniversa, and we're covering the second portion of the three-part series of Endless Winter. This time we're going to be covering Aquaman 66, Justice League 58, and Teen Titans Endless Winter Special number 1. When we last left off, we were left with an entangling mystery regarding who are these frozen people that I assumed at the time when I first read the comics back in December when the story came out. I was like, wait, are those Aquaman and his wife and kid? Because that would get very dark. And yeah, I did initially think that because so that was like what a way to end the cliffhanger on. Like, give us the idea that, oh, so they might have been like transformed into icicles but barely alive, clinging to life in the most gruesome of ways. I have a dark mind, I know. So, anyways, we come back to the 10th century, Arctic Circle, Greenland. You murdered my son. I will take everything you hold dear. I will unleash winter without end upon your world. Yeah, too late for that. We're kind of in the middle of an endless winter lately, even though it's supposed to be nearing the end of winter. But yeah, it seems like winter just started now. So I'm afraid, Frost Giant, Frost King, or whatever, you're kind of late to the proceedings. We met the Frost King as a foe to be vanquished. Only in the aftermath we learned the truth of Edward Ulfson when it was too late. He spawned storms that spread from the Northlands. Summer vanished, the landscape blanketed in snow and ice. A winter like never before. You should have seen what the storm was like when it was 6 years ago at the time of this video. Oh my god, we couldn't get out of the houses for weeks. Creatures of pure frost, avatars of the snow of the Frost King's rays, stalked in the blizzard. Edward's own clan fled their homes, setting out for the North southern stronghold, hoping to restrain the onslaught from within its walls. We confronted him in the north, gathered by that age's swamp thing, myself, the immortal John Huddleston, called the Viking Prince, and Black Adam. Who is he? We were charged with restoring the Earth's balance, but unfortunately, the Fire Nation attacked. Who is he to lay hands on me? Adam had been sealed in a tomb, punishment for his arrogance and misuse of the wizard's gifts. Oh, don't worry. Once the DCU Black Adam comes in, I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna immediately forgive him. But we needed his power. So yeah, they show this flashback of them fighting as more narration from Hippolyta. We faced a threat that had to be destroyed. Help the elemental! We were warriors. And this was war. But at what cost? What cost did we sing from this? And sure enough, the Viking King is stabbed in the back. John! I'm invulnerable, Hippolyta, my blessing and my bane. Odin will not let me ascend to Valhalla until I die a heroic death, and that was not it. I mean, sacrificing your life to to stop the world from falling into the endless winter. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, anyways, the Swamp Thing goes ahead and attacks the Frost King. Everything dies in winter, including you. And he proceeds. So, to make a long story short, the Frost King killed Swamp Thing. Yeah. Yeah, so the team despairs, saying he is truly gone, and so is any hope of winning this war. Or, by God. Well, time to pop in the champagne, everyone. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Or whatever smoking was like back then. So, anyways, we cut to present day where we get wedding presents and everything from the events that was the wedding of Aquaman and Mira. Yeah, here's the thing I was wondering. So, okay, I'm not 100% accurate on this. Weren't they married pre New 52? And if so, how come DC felt like that was a stupid idea? Two, and this is a big one. Then why is she a queen? I mean, shouldn't she? I don't know how the Atlantean politics works, so I could be horribly, horribly wrong. But if she's running the nation with Aquaman, does that mean they're married? and they didn't, and they he proposed to her back in the DC Universe Rebirth by Jeff Johns. So I'm like, so were they married? So he does say it's a surface custom. So I'm like, did they get married in Atlanta, but they wanted to have a human wedding, just to balance out the relationship issue he has with, being a man of both light of the water and sea and of the sea and the land. So I'm just like, wait, is that what happened? Like they had a wedding in Atlantis, but they wanted to also have a human wedding to showcase so Arthur can, have a bit of both. I mean, I could be completely wrong. So yeah, I initially thought when the comic first came out, when the issues were coming out, that it turned that Aquaman, Mira, and their child Andy, who was a girl, I must stress that, I thought initially like, oh, so were they turned into ice? If so, they're possibly barely clinging on to life, even with their powers. So, yeah, I kept initially thinking that. Luckily, that wasn't the case because that would have been more cruel because you have to consider that baby that had just been born. And quite literally, yeah, that would be a disaster. So, anyways, Mira makes a comment. You still owe me a honeymoon, Arthur. How dare you go ahead and prepare this? Yes, you had no right to go ahead and prepare for an endless winter special. Wait. Ew, and Andy seems to be enjoying herself as he goes ahead and Arthur comments on that saying, saving the world doesn't count? No, moron. It kind of doesn't. It's supposed to be at least in my idealization of what honeymoon is. It's supposed to be a consummating of the marriage and the love and passion and a special isolated moment for the two lovers getting married and whatnot, and how the husband and wife, or in an LGBT community's case, man and woman getting together, or they should have this privacy, this intimacy, and this closeness to one another that is going to be really uplifted when other priorities come into life. Just let them have their moment. So no, Arthur, saving the world is not a honeymoon. If anything, that goes against what a honeymoon's supposed to stand for. You're conflicting my philosophy, man. Don't do that, man. I never thought I'd see Atlantis besieged by ice like this. I mean, like, you should see the Deceased universe. He got controlled by a zombie plague of the dark side equation, and by dark side manipulating the anti-life equation, and thus leading into a horrendous disaster that couldn't be repaired until like literally a year late, about 5 years later in their timeline. And then you ended up getting shot in the head by an arrow by Green Arrow, who commented, making a joke about the fact that he just murdered you, who's saying, hey, see, I may not be Batman, but I got my shots in. Because of course he would. So, yeah, it could be much worse for you, man. Much less horned by ice creatures the Frost King spawned. We might be able to solve all of it if what I had in mind works, but we need to get those refugees to safely the inside the gates first. Thankfully, I called in some friends. The whales! The whales are here! Quick, make a Tentacolino joke! Yeah, I still remember that review. Oh, god damn it. From Nostalgia Critic. So anyways, so yeah, as that's going on, Mira orders everyone to open the gates. Mira of the bell, once your queen demands it. Get your people inside, quickly, we will hold back these creatures. The city council says Arthur and Mira have returned to Atlantis, the unmitigated hubris of it. Idiot. Whether I'm its queen or not, Atlantis was once my kingdom revered. Mother Cetra and I will defend it. Those refugees seem glad to help enough to see us. You'll find no one bowing and scraping here, Mira. Those days are over. We are a democracy. We've overthrown our governments. You gave them up when you dissolved the monarchy, and Atlantis does not forget. Some of us are pleased to see all of you three here. Thank you, Doctor. This crisis is a surface matter. Yes. Let's get. So she must be. So she probably would be a fan of Namor. In fact, now that I think about it, how would they feel since since Arthur and Namor are pretty much similar, but Namor is a mutant and therefore is a bigger a-hole. How do you think that would go? I think it would go pretty well. Like, Namor trying to kill him, saying he's a soft king. The endless winter threatens the whole world, the sea included. People are suffering above and below. As above, so below. If the sea temperature drops further, the entire planet reaches a tipping point that may well be irreversible. It's called global warming. And too late, we already saw that, so I'm pretty sure this equals it out. I am not letting that happen to the world my daughter will inherit. You might not want our help, Reverend and Mother, but it is most certainly requested. This was your doing, wasn't it, Vulcan? And I did what I thought was best for the very survival of Atlantis, as the rest of the world, but, we can't talk about that stuff. If everybody's done arguing, I have a plan. I need the Keeper of Monsters, Yorick Bliss. With the Council's permission, of course, because this is a democracy and we will respect it, even though we probably should have put in some laws about emergency powers. Anyways, we go to the Dow of Widowhood. I think I could be getting that wrong. I'm pleased you remember my stories, Arthur. They are most fascinating and obscured species. Creatures formed from the molten heart of the planet, fire trolls. Yeah, what about the other group of species that no one knew about, but then they showed up? I think they went and reigned terror for a while, and then they were completely forgotten about after Jeff Johns left, because they usually don't know how to follow through with Jeff Johns from time to time. I'm pretty sure they had a happy ending. The architects of Atlantis constructed the city atop a labyrinth of tunnels and vents that led to the Earth's core, where the trolls dwell. Yorick Bliss speaks truly. The city's original schematics show the heating ducts that draw warmth from the depths. Andy, please sit still. Yeah, Andy's crawling on the maps of the sacred temples and everything that are 800 ages of old. Children, no respect for the old age. I despise kids. So if we can navigate the passages and access the abyss, then I should be able to reach the domain between the temperatures and the environment. You're setting yourself up for that trauma that even Dr. Thunto can't fix. I never said it was going to be pleasant, but if we can enlist the aid of the fire trolls, Atlantis can be saved, and we have a powerful ally against the Frost King. And then he just says, "Bling!" And they subsequently ignore it. They are carpivorous breed, Arthur, fiery in form and nature, almost mindless. Few have encountered them and survived. Well, did they have main character shielding? Think about it. But if you are determined to do this thing, you'll have my help. Oh god, I have to go down there. I'm almost certainly going to die. Can I have some of that main character shield? You're certain about this? I'd rather be on my honeymoon if that's what you're asking. The world's in danger. People are dying in the streets. We gotta go ahead and talk about the honeymoon. But I have a duty to Atlantis and to the Justice League. I mean, like in one reality, I quit the Justice League and quit being Aquaman and settled just being a ruler and gave it to Aqualad, who is not really Tempest, but it's a complicated story. So anyways, we cut to a flashback a few minutes ago, even though we could have easily just have the scenes take place and then... Okay. You stay. I go. You can't risk both of her parents. Someone's have to look after this little bundle. Who's going to look after you? Which is where the dead me is currently with. If I expect Mira was not pleased, duty calls to the both of us. My mother's sense of duty split my family apart. I know Mira's sense of duty is just as strong. Yes, like how she got jealous at the time when I had a psychic connection with somebody, because it was not with her. I'm still amazed I did not get castrated for that. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just fated to repeat the mistakes my parents made. Yes, your parents' mistakes. Yeah, like, the dad going ahead and having it with an Atlantean woman who's just the queen of Atlantis. Then her death was happening, and then in one reality it didn't happen. Her death was faked. They assumed she died. Then it turns out she was trapped somewhere with the reef. And yeah, this is where everything gets complicated, doesn't it? Curse you, endless multiverse! Welcome to the Great Cantrick, a gateway to the abyss and the realm of fire trolls. It will take both of us to open it, Arthur. Especially you. I'm probably dead after this. You'll be on your own from here. No one else can survive where you're going. Man the gate, Jack. I'll be back. I'll be back. So yeah, he's not gonna die. Must be a miracle then. So anyways, Arthur goes deeper below into the molten pits of the earth, saying, I think I've arrived. And I think I'm not alone. I must point out the obvious. Miss neglected to mention how big the fire trolls are. I mean, when you call them fire trolls, I think you're setting yourself up for that joke. I am not here to fight you. Oh, but I am not about to let myself be boiled alive. And he subsequently gets burned. And then gets pushed back by Mira. Of course. Mira just has to break the system. So anyways, Mira just comments on her commentary saying, our honeymoon sucks so far, Arthur. I just want you to know that. I can protect you with a water spear, but I don't think either of us should linger very long in this forsaken furnace. Where's our daughter? Safe for the doctor. I won't choose between my husband and my child. I mean, like, if it came down to it, I'm pretty sure DC would choose for you if they came down to it. Me being here with you means you have a better chance of getting back home. You being here means I have a better chance of getting back home. We do this together. Like everything else. We're a family, not just a regular family. We are the super family. I mean, we were both too much like my mother. And they continue to cement their love for each other and yada yada yada. Now let's not get killed by fire trolls. Commentary! I can reach out to them telepathically. They're confused, anger and fear at having their realm invaded, and I think something like awe. You made quite an impression on them, Mira. They're asking how they can serve you. Oh, God. So, because Mira is very stubborn and, Mira-like, she is instantly forgiven by the fire trolls and see her as royally the awesome. Well, Mira is an awesome character, so naturally, yeah, that sounds about right. So, Arthur makes a commentary about this. I married the queen of the fire trolls. Did not see that coming. I mean, like, I saw a ton of things coming, mostly getting me burned alive. Behave yourself, Arthur. Don't forget who rescued you. You ungrateful. We still need to get our honeymoon in check. First, we break the siege of Atlantis, and then we free the rest of the seas, and then we find your Frost King. Wherever you are, Frost King, no, we're coming for you! Meanwhile, in the heart of the storm, the Frost King is pontificating. Where? So, yeah, he's still obsessed about his children, so that's gotta be an awkward conversation. So, anyways, let's get to Justice League Part 5, but let's just do some last minute check on this stuff. So, this was a fun issue, more character development and loving the relationship between Arthur and Mira. They're just great. So, this focused more on character than it did the actual event, and also reminded us that, oh, by the way, Atlantis is a democracy now with a council. So I'm pretty sure the council's going to be just fine in doing what they do. Like, it's not like it's going to lead to a horrendous disaster where they grow stagnant and start denying themselves of emotions, leading to someone taking over the scene, even though they could be obviously the villain and everything because they are so transparently evil, yet the council is completely stupid, leading to their troops turning on them in a mind control frenzy. I'm not referencing anything. Okay, let's cut to Justice League 58 of this Endless Winter special. Part 5. We're in the 10th century again, and Arctic Circle, Greenland. Get them moving faster. We need everyone inside so we can bar the gates. We fled. The Frost King destroyed Swamp Thing, the most powerful of us, so we fled south to make our stand and protect as many as we could. Okay, I'm just gonna have a question. Wouldn't it make more sense to draw him away from the people, and then you all fight him? In fact, isn't you being near the people actually gonna make him go over there, and therefore he's gonna mess with them as collateral damage? You're not listening, are you? For all the good the gates will do, if Adam's able to at least delay the Frost King, we can at least fortify the stronghold and get the last of these refugees within the walls. Shout, maidens! Our enemy is nearly upon us, and we will be tested by him and his minions. But there are no others I would rather have at my back, sisters. We are strong, we are fierce, we are warriors. We will sell our lives dearly if we must, for this is Sparta! Wait, wrong series. Ace, and what if Black Adam does not return? If he has been slain, what hope do you and I have? We yet live, John. That is the hope we have. 3 approaching from the north. Adam rebels in the fight. He lives for the conflict. The fate of the people we were trying to safeguard was less of a concern, as we learned. What happened? Does the Frost King still pursue you? Perhaps, but I provide a distraction for now. Distraction? What did you do? What was necessary? I found the Frost King's family among the refugees. They told me who they were, who he was, or at least who he used to be, so I put them in his path. If there's any of that man left, they can bring it out of him. You put innocence in front of that monster? I did what was necessary. The Frost King's not the only monster here. Maybe we can still reach them. Edward, stop this madness, please. Are you still my husband? Their father? Your family needs you. I need you. For the memory of our son, come back to us. Papa? We can still get them away from him. Wait, it's working. We might stop this way out. And that fails miserably because Black Adam just attacked. Oh, Black Adam, you moronic fool. And Hippolyta comments, oh yeah, this, Adam, you just royally screwed this whole thing up, so how are we alive? He called himself the Frost King when we crawled out of the glacier above the Arctic Circle. We're honestly not even sure what he is, but he's been supercharged by Kryptonian crystals left in the remains of the Fortress of Solitude. Thanks, Bendis! Bendis, you just want to destroy us. There's still so much we don't know. I mean, we could ask Black Adam, we could ask Hippolyta, or Swamp Thing's memory banks. Nah, that's too easy. But we do know that the Justice League is stretched thin all over the world. We're trying to deal with this blizzard unleashed across the globe by the Frost King, and we're not keeping up. Keep moving and stay quiet. Yet, they still haven't seen us. If we can make it to the shelter and get some food, then try to find your father. Listen to me. When I tell you to run, you run, and don't look back. My mother worked in a community like this. She tried to help people, just like these people just trying to make ends meet. The kind of people who get forgotten. But I'm not forgetting them. I learned that from her. Is that a real superhero? Yeah, he goes ahead and incinerates the frost creature. Pretty real. Everybody okay besides being cold? Well, I'll take you someplace safe. But you have to go now. Well, before these things notice. Please help us, Green Lantern. I don't know where my husband, Michael, is. He was trapped at the work when the blizzard hit. Just tell me where he works. And it's at Star Labs, because everything has to be at Star Labs. Why are you asking family just before this all started makes me confront the fact that I don't have one? I mean, like, we almost did, but then she cheated on me with the Thangarian, and then we went ahead and had this complicated relationship for a while. Then I found out in the future I would foster a kid with her, and then that got awkward and weird. And then we broke up again because we didn't want Destiny to preordain ourselves. But then we got back together. Then we didn't get back together. And yeah, this gets confusing every time when we talk about the continuity of the Justice League Unlimited universe. Maybe I never will. I mean, like, DC I mean, like, the guy who's gonna write you likes you so much. He's trading you for Hal Jordan. Trading Hal Jordan for you, so you might have a shot. Keep your head down, Michael. Oh, How do you know my name? Any chance you have a wife named Lisa, and 3 kids who would like to see their dad? She sent you? I honestly thought I'd never see any of them again. When the order to evacuate the plant came down, our crew couldn't get out in time. Then those things showed up, rampaging throughout the entire facility. We've been trying to hide from them ever since. Your family's safe. Let's get you warm, then we'll gather anybody who's left. So we cut to Michigan Central Train Depot, where John reunites the family workers. There's an emotional display of happiness. Yeah. So they ask how to thank him, and he just says, "You thank me by taking care of your family and taking care of the other people here. That's how we beat this." I mean, like, we just need very, very. Also, we need you to drive very fast and expunge as much oil as possible. We need to get those pollutions up for this. No sign of the Frost King. Now, which one of us searches, no matter where we look, nothing. Just this endless storm. And one of the frost creatures are currently tiptoeing around like they're trying to be a predator or an alien. Honey, I'm home. I might be a chimp, but I can recognize creaky jokes when I hear them. If I'm going to fill in on Marz duty, John, the least you could do is bring me your best material. Well, I'm not even a dad, Bobo, and all I got are dad jokes. What's going on out there? Well, I don't know if you've heard, but there's completely going on, pretty frigid. One of the things that jumped out at me is the number of scientific facilities getting attention from those ice monsters. Star Labs, Stag, Dayton Industries. Seems like more than a coincidence. Other than that, everybody out there is fighting the good fight, but I wouldn't say exactly we're winning. I'd say we're barely holding our own. It's interesting that you mentioned scientific locations. I was just at Starlab's facility in Detroit that got torn apart by ice creatures. I can take over, Bobo. I appreciate you sitting in. It's cool. Not like I was going to go volunteer to go out and shovel. Keep an eye on those research facilities. I'm not sure what, but something's up with that. I'm going downstairs to get a drink because I need to get drunk like John Constantine, and I don't want to be a part of this hokey event. I'm in my tie-in for the next part. Alright, want me to bring you back a little something? Thanks. No, I'm good. Oh, right, one more thing. This guy is going to be a problem. I mean, it's Black Adam. It's kind of obvious. So Black Adam yells out, "Destroy them all! Kandar gives no quarter. Anyone seen this, know that Black Adam will protect his nation from this crisis at all costs. If Earth's self-appointed protectors, the Justice League, are unable to keep the world safe, my heroes and I will step in and do what needs to be done." Well, Black Adam's always a delight. I guess our quartet of villains didn't stay locked up very long. Oh yes, that's clearly the biggest concern you have. But he's not wrong. We need to do a better job. Right now we're fragmented, dealing with the symptoms, not the cause. So far this is proving too big even for us. Which means we need to go Jonathan Hickman levels of big. Nope, we don't have that. Okay, we're doomed. And the alarms go off. No wonder the proximity alarms went off. But why are they amassing at all of justice? Why come after us now? And the Frost King's there. Naturally, he's pissed. This Justice League. If anyone's picking me up, we have company in the hall. The Frost King is here. And he's been hiding from us. And John Stewart summons snowmen to dig up snow. Why has he appeared? We've been looking for you. The Frost King can't possibly know I'm the only one here. Even so, he already blew away all of us in the Arctic. So what does he want? Am I going to survive long enough to find out? Oh, and then the Justice League saves John Stewart right before he gets killed. Don't worry, John. Easy, John. We've got your back. That was quick. Like, yeah, well, we get around pretty fast as long as somebody picks up Batman. And by somebody, I mean me. I picked up Batman. And shut up, Barry. We stand together. We fight together. If it comes down to it, we fall together. Unless it's my contingency plans, in which case all of you fall except for me. I am infallible. Which is why I beat my kids sometimes. Because I'm sometimes given bad writers. These heroes, these people. Oh, John, leave the horde to us. They're here for everybody on the planet. You go for the big guy, including me. I was worried about where I belong. if I'll ever have a family, this is my family. We have him! And sure enough, the Frost King is destroyed. But they realize something pretty horrifying. He was ice? How is that possible? Moron. Because this wasn't actually the Frost King. This is just an avatar. Just like everything else. But why was it sent here? To test us? And more importantly, where's the real Frost King? So they convene in the Justice Hall meeting. Still no sign of Aquaman. I think we have to assume Aquaman is dealing with things in Atlantis. I mean, like, I could probably be dealing with my boys back at home in Gotham, but I kind of don't care about them right now. We have to confront the Frost King together. No more fighting this separately. John's right. We can't fight the storm. The only way we're going to put an end to this is to defeat him. Hey, I appreciate you guys letting me sit in. But do you have any idea how to find this guy? I mean, like, we have a bunch of magicians on our side. We could ask them to put a tracker spell on them. Nah, that's too simple. That would take too quickly. Well, hey, I know your treachery. You took them from me. Took them from the ice. Yet I am the storm. The storm is everywhere. There, you're keeping them from me, but nothing will stand in my way. And thus ending the Justice League. And yeah, this is just a filler-in title for the Teen Titans special, which has Donna Troy on it. Instant classic. I must call it immediately. Instant classic. So, yeah, the artwork's pretty good. I love it. And yeah, I did love the story of John Stewart, where we're getting more character stuff going on with them. But now we got to the final part of this 3-part epic in the 9-issue series. Teen Titans Special number 1, Endless Winter, Part 6. Stand back, Titans. Black Ice kills. And I got the variant cover right here, which shows Donna Troy, instant classic. We need to get her more appreciation in the comic world. So anyways, we're back in the 10th century in Arctic Circle of Greenland. We had a chance. We were so close. We could have ended this without more violence, without more tragedy. But Black Adam threw away our chance. The Frost King raged. Treachery. With his family at his feet to pay the price. Edward, please come back to us. What have you done, Adam? Do you want to coddle this beast or destroy him? We wanted to extend an open hand, but Black Adam turned it into a closed fist. We were warriors. Perhaps there truly was never another way for us. We tried to reach the man, but we only unleashed the monster. Enough! Come here. Don't look. His family tries to call for one last moment. And as the battle rages, Amazon, to me, we can end this. We can end him. I know better than anyone. The choices you make can haunt you all your days. Close your eyes. And the glacier collapses on them. And the Frost King's pissed. My wife, my children. You take my world from me. I will take your world from you. And we'll cut back to the present. Make it stop! Oh God. Lobo's daughter's pissed. I can't take this anymore. I don't care what we did. This is cruel and unusual. Oh, you're half Khazarian, Crush. Cruel and unusual ought to go down easy. Yes, we're talking about these new Teen Titans that I particularly don't care for. Seriously, Kid Fast, stop complaining. Oh, yes, it's Wallace West, aka the Wallace West they try to replace Wally West with. And if we ever disagree with the decision, we would be called racist, even though there are people of ethnicities and people of color that don't want to be told by somebody else, those that were racist because we didn't like a character that wasn't the character that you kept presenting that is the character, but is not really the character. I am so glad the Dio's gone. But what kind of training is this, Red Arrow? Real heroes like Cyborg and Starfire are out there taking the fight to the enemy, and we're running a glorified daycare. Or how dare they give us the assignment to provide warm meals? We're helping people who have no other place to go. Oh, if this is our penance for the last few months, so be it. Yeah, we're gonna have to need more dishes soon. Oh, and Red Arrow? Oh, we have more people coming in. Sorry, Mrs. Wu, I'm going as fast as I can. Yeah, Wallace West cleaned up the mess. That was quick. Our babysitters are back. Don't be like that, Crush. Donna, Troy, and Beast Boy think we're worth their time even with everything that's going on. Yeah, Jimmy, that's pretty cool. Food, medical supplies. Donna Troy's in. We are in an instant classic. Come on, DC. Can you give her her own series at this point? And maybe some toys for little boys and girls. After being out in the storm, this little beast boy needs to eat. Ah, yes. Garfield Logan, everyone. Trying to transform into a reindeer. That was delicious, Mrs. Wu. We're so lucky to have you with us. Titanstown might not be back in full working order yet, but I'm glad the kitchen's up and running. Hey, I get it. We screwed up listening to Damien, but no buts, Wallace. This is how we help. Mrs. Garfield, Mr. Beast Boy. Hey, sir, can I have a selfie? Sure thing, Roundhouse. Smile. And Crush is not happy to see this. Must you constantly pander to your social media sociopaths? Yes, take it easy, Crush. He has a huge following, and is connecting us to people who need help in this storm. Look at me. I tried Hollywood, failed miserably, but in another universe, I did Hollywood, succeeded, only to realize I was working for a galactic tyrant who was working for a bigger galactic tyrant, right? And then subsequently formed the Outsiders, became the leader, and had more character development than I ever did in the Teen Titans cartoon, up until, the final season? Wait. Yeah, why isn't he still a celebrity? Anyways, Mrs. Wu pats Roundhouse on the head. Such a good boy, my son. And Mom, not for the real heroes. We are real heroes. You guys are supposed to be the best Titans. You're supposed to be training us, but it feels like we're being punished. You listened to Damien and he killed people, then lost his mind. So now Troy's trying to convince everyone, oh, you just need to move on from Damien. It's not like he needs mental help or anything. So now Troy tries to reaffirm her stance on this whole issue, saying, you're the ones who said it. You screwed up with Ramen and people got hurt. We made our share of mistakes the last time we were in Titan's Tower. The Justice League thought we were irresponsible too. We learned from our mistakes. Now it's your turn to do the same. No, that was during the Dan DiDio days, and Dan DiDio was the secret control of the Justice League, so his input was very biased. If I can say something, if that's okay, there were reports of people stranded on the Brooklyn Bridge with those ice monsters around. And they all subsequently run away after she says, fine. This is a cartoon now. So we get to the Brooklyn Bridge and everything's going crazy as Donna Troy proclaims, Titans together! One way or another, we need to get these things away from the bridge. They can go in pieces. This is more like it. Well, they definitely don't like the heat. As Beast Boy crushes them. It's gorilla form. Everybody's doing fine. Just keep it up. Something there keeps attracting these things. Make sure they don't get to whatever it is. Already doing it. This is where they were interested in. What is it? Ice, but it seems different than that. It's just sitting there. Gar, get topside. Confirm there's no other wave coming. Roundhouse, can you give us some heat? Sure thing. How is that possible? I don't understand. Who is she? My God. It's Violet Harper from the Young Justice cartoon, right? Nah, it's someone else. It would have been interesting, though. Careful, Roundhouse. Hello? Are you okay? Wake up. We're here to help you. Oh, and she subsequently attacks. Easy. She's not attacking us. She's attacking that. Oh, a giant frost creature. And Roundhouse just comments saying, I think I just peed a little. Well, and Crush points out the obvious. They just keep getting bigger. Knock it back, Roundhouse. We need some room. Okay, but what do you have in mind? Pretty sure Crush is already way ahead of me there. Abandoned, but useful. And throws a tanker truck of oil. Oh. Where Red Arrow throws the thermal detonator, and it blows everything up. I'll get Sleeping Beauty clear. While now Troy, after the destruction of the beast, goes ahead and says, real teamwork. I'm impressed. And sadly, this is not Gabrielle Dow. Gabrielle, wait, am I correct in that name pronunciation? Uh, just a quick clarification. Let's Yeah, Gabrielle Dow. Okay. So sadly, this was not Gabrielle Dow, even though that would have made more sense to call her that since she looks like her. She says her name is Summer Zahir. I live in Brooklyn with my mother. 3 days ago, she went to visit my grandparents on Long Island and then got stranded by a blizzard, so I've been on my own. I started having headaches and hearing voices in the wind. I thought I was going mad. Then I just woke up in the street with those things after me. I was lost in the blizzard. Everything was white. But I follow Roundhouse on social media and I remember him calling Tiny Towers a safe place. Wait, what? Really? I tried to get across the bridge to make my way here, but the whole way I could feel something building inside me like a stream I had to let out. Everything between now and waking up here with all of you is a blank. But that's not the scary part. This is revealing her powers of ice. You'll be okay, Summer. We can help you. And the boom tune cracks open, freaking everybody out. Starfire, Barry Allen, oh joy, Wally West is still gone. And Cyborg, as they're reintroducing him back into the Titans canonicity. Vic, Corey, and Flash? Thought we should boom in and check on you guys. I hitched a ride to see how Wallace was doing. I mean, like, we could talk about that other Wally guy, but we don't care about him anymore. Not since Heroes in Crisis happened and we had to hate his guts. Why would I need somebody checking on me? How dare you care about me? Go to hell, Walt Barry. He's doing a great job, a real asset to the team. That's great to hear. I heard the Titans were coming back together to form a new school. That's one of your students? No, I'm just Summer. We've been fighting this thing all over the world. All the Justice League was there in the Arctic when the Frost King was unleashed. All this, the storms, the ice creatures, is his doing. It's like a nightmare fairy tale. But we don't know why it's happening, and we don't know where the Frost King is now. Translation: we have nothing to go on. Fairy tale's about right. I haven't thought about it in years. But what's going on is a lot like a bedtime story that Queen Hippolyta used to tell me. Supernatural blizzard, ice creatures, the King of Winter. What do you mean? I mean, could it be possible that Hippolyta, who is just as old as possibly this legend, could be connected? No, that's impossible. The story she made up about the King of Winter and his horde. The king threatens the world with an endless winter, and a band of heroes must unite him. It's a sad story because the King of Winter loses his family. This is just made up, Donna? I always thought so, Corey. All I ever got was Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph. This is definitely a weird coincidence. I mean, like, what could Hippolyta be hiding from us? It's not like she was old enough to tell this story and create it or something, and based on her real experiences on Man's Will Way. My god, we've been lied to. Probably nothing, but I feel like I should at least talk to Hippolyta. Doc, can you get me to Themyscira? A man showing up unannounced in a comedy is not a good idea. Vic, you're the guy with the boom tube. How about sending us there? So anyways, the Frost Giants are immediately trying to kill all the Amazons. Since Hippolyta is not really telling anyone what happened, and it's like going ahead and saying, stand firm, Amazons! The storms may howl, these creatures may be fierce, but we stand and fight. And boom. Peace, sisters. Queen Hippolyta, we really need to talk. Please don't kill me. Oh, good damn it. So, yeah, Barry, you just really don't know when to shut up when the situation calls for it, right? To be the Endless Winter, Chapter 6. Endless Winter continues in the final issue of Justice League Dark, issue 29. Yep, 29 of Justice League Dark. But that is not going to be talked about today, everyone. It's going to be concluded in the future video of Pop-Culture Omniversa's Endless Winter Talk. Oh boy! So these three issues. So if I was to describe what was the best issue of these three, I would say was, in my professional opinion, Aquaman. It was much more fitting, had more character development going on. Justice League was at number 2. Ooh, and Endless Winter Special, it's more like, oh, the Titans still exist. Okay. So, yeah. So as much as I'm bragging about how I've done a choice here, that means it's an instant classic. The artwork for the Teen Titans special is not as good as the other two issues. It just seemed a little unfinished in some places. And Barry continuing to be a jokester in all this is annoying. Because his added commentary is clearly necessary for this, as he's surrounded by Amazons ready to kill him for his humor. At least attempted humor. So anyways, this concludes Pop Culture Omniversa presented by Near Reality Entertainment and The Endless Winter Part 2 of 3. Soon we will be gathering up together to conclude this epic tale with Justice League Dark 29, Black Adam Endless Winter Special number 1, and Justice League Endless Winter number 2. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. But that's for later down the road. Tune in next time as we talk about random. That was weird. We talk about no idea what's going to be talked about because I'm just drawing this on the fly. I'm just going with what I feel is right in my gut. So we'll see y'all next time. And this was Pop Culture Omniversa by Neo Reality Entertainment. If you really like, comment, subscribe, check out our contents in the description below and search them up in the search bar. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you all next time. Peace and take care.